Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of The Last Word. I am your host, TJ Chamberlain, and I am not alone this week. We have Mike Wigdor of Sports Wrap joining us this week, and there is a lot to talk about. We have the Super Bowl on Sunday. We just had the NBA trade deadline yesterday. We had the NFL honors. There's a lot to talk about.
Sure is.
But we're getting right into it with the Super Bowl. That is going to be a game, San Francisco and Kansas City, a rematch of 2020, except there have been some changes on both sides. Of course, when they faced off in 2020, Jimmy Garoppolo being the quarterback for San Francisco. This time, Brock Purdy. And San Fran, they had some ups and they had some downs this year. In particular, I think it was October when Deebo Samuel got injured and Trent Williams losing 3 straight. I know they lost against it was Cleveland, Minnesota, and there was one other team that they lost to.
They lost to the Ravens, right?
Yeah, that was in December, though. That wasn't part of the 3 straight.
Hi, TJ. This is Mike anyway. Thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah, and the good thing is there's a lot, so of course we're going just right into it.
Yeah, so, I'm looking at this game, too, and it's like the key for me is, will Brock Purdy rise to the occasion? I mean, this is the Super Bowl, and everything he does is going to be under a microscope. Everything he does is going to be, can he guide his team, against a great defense? They've Kansas City's played great. They bottled up the Ravens, although the Ravens had a horrible game plan.
Yeah, I mean, that's what happens when you don't game plan for Chris Jones. And what's crazy, too, this might be his final game in Kansas City, too. He's expected to be a free agent after the season. Yeah,
I heard that, too. But I'm not sure they're going to want to pay him.
They should.
But they should pay him.
They should.
They should. He's been an excellent player for them. But, you're going against the current, I hate to say the word, GOAT, TJ. And that's what their people are saying, It's like the Kansas City Chiefs are like the Patriots of old. Or I shouldn't even say old, the recent memory. Everybody hates Kansas City. They want Kansas City to lose. Except the people in Kansas City, of course. Just the way
except
it used
the people
to be.
in Kansas City, pretty much.
Yeah, except, and I think Mahomes is going to have to play like the GOAT in order to win this game, I think. Because I just think San Francisco has just too much firepower on offense.
Wait, hold on. You think San Fran's going to win?
Do I think San Fran's going to win? I would like to say yes, but I don't think you can. Just like you can't go against Brady, I don't think you can go against Mahomes.
I was going to say too, because there's friends of mine that they really, really want San Fran to win. But wait, hold on. I just happened to be prepared.
Oh, here we go.
I just so happen to be prepared.
Oh, no. At least you're not wearing a Taylor Swift shirt.
Oh, that would be crazy. Luke would probably be dying laughing if I came in wearing a Taylor Swift shirt.
Oh, my God.
But no, I had to come prepared. I got the Kelsey jersey on. That's my guy.
So then you're picking Kansas City.
I'm picking Kansas City.
Okay, but I wouldn't mind if Kansas City wins. But I don't know if I could handle the post game when Kelsey and Swift are kissing on the field post game, and she's jumping up and down, and it's like, unless they say, "Oh, we're engaged," okay, fine, because otherwise Kelsey could
basically just do what Justin Verlander did after the Astros won the World Series in 2017. That's when he proposed to Kate Upton.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I mean. That would be the climax of climaxes, because I think if Kelsey doesn't work out with Taylor Swift, the next album after this one, Tortured Poets Department, whatever, is going to be called Kelsey.
The Kelsey Chronicles.
Kelsey Chronicles. Yeah.
But now that we got everything with the Super Bowl, there's also other bits of football news that happen. It's not just the Super Bowl.
No, it isn't.
So week 1 of next season, there is going to be an NFL game in Brazil. And all we know is that the Philadelphia Eagles will be taking part in that game. I honestly am all for the idea. The NFL expanding to Brazil, they haven't been in that market. They've been doing the international games since I think it was 2006, 2007. But also they had I'm trying to remember the name of it, but it's like I think it was like the Euro Football League or something like that back in the late 90s, early 2000s. I think it might have been NFL Europe. But NFL in Europe,
Maybe.
that roots to that go back in the 90s, so that's how we have the England games, you have the Germany games. The Mexico City games are still kind of new. I think it was 2015, 2016 that started.
Yeah. So, Brazil, yes, I could see that. They haven't been to South America. But where are they going to go next? Chile?
Oh, they're expected to go to Spain in 2025.
They're going to Spain.
They're going to Spain.
So the whole thing is, and I've heard this before, and I think it's a crazy idea, but they're not even leaving out the possibility that there could be an NFL team in London.
Yeah, we just leave Jacksonville there. They're there every single year.
That's
just
true.
Leave Jacksonville in London and make that their team.
I mean, the logistics are probably not possible, but yeah, they're spreading it out as much as they can. They'd like to go worldwide. If they can go into Japan next, they would go into Japan to have games. I mean, why
With
not?
the Japanese market, that would be interesting to see. But I think probably not now, but say maybe 5-10 years from now.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised then.
No, I mean, I'm joking about that actually pretty much. But I could see that happening down the road because, they want to, it's the biggest sport in the world. Well, they say it is, but soccer is really the biggest sport in the world. The World Cup.
Yeah, which that is happening. No, that's not happening this summer.
It's happening in 2026 here.
Yeah, it's happening in 2026 here. The Women's World Cup is happening this summer. That's what it is.
Oh, okay.
I thought the Men's World Cup was this year.
No.
But also, just real quick, since you mentioned that, I saw the finals taking place at MetLife. I'm like, oh no. They don't know what happens at MetLife, especially when you're playing on that turf. Pray for your ACLs, Achilles, MCLs, anything knee. Because either your knee or your ankle is going to be gone.
Do you think that maybe they'll change the field? Maybe they'll put.
They're not supposed to be changing it until I think after 2026.
So they're going to be playing soccer on that field.
Yeah.
But even so, they're going to be playing. The fields could be different where they're going. Like I think Gillette Stadium.
Yeah, it's different, but they're having the finals at MetLife.
At MetLife.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah, good luck. All right, yeah, back on track with football. There was some, ironic you're wearing your Patriot stuff. There was news with a former Patriot today. Bill O'Brien is now the head coach at Boston College.
What?
Yeah,
I thought
that broke like an hour and a half ago.
Wait a minute. He accepted the defensive line.
He was the offensive coordinator at Ohio State, but then
That's right.
I got a notification, and it was actually confirmed.
He's going to be doing that?
Yeah. Ironic, I have ESPN up.
Oh, my Lord.
This is the first you're hearing of it?
Bill O'Brien as head coach
at Boston College. Yeah.
I don't know if I'm happy about that or not.
It's going to be, because my dad's a huge BC fan. It's going to be interesting to see his reaction when I get home.
Oh my God! I mean, he did a terrible job at the Patriots. I mean, he's supposed to come in and make that team a playoff team. Made it worse. That was the most boring offense. And my friends and I have all said this: the most boring Patriots offense we've ever seen. And it might be because of the quarterbacks or whatever, but the play calling was horrible.
I'm
horrible.
I'm still laughing that you had no clue about it. I said it. You were like, what?
I can't believe it. I can't. Bill O'Brien. To me, that's
my.
Wow.
Well, please clip that. I want you to send me that after the episode. that might be.
Well, yeah, because that's a shocker.
That just broke me for a minute. I was not ready for that.
Well, that's so out of outer space. Are you kidding me? Bill O'Brien. Well, the guy from the former coach went to become the
defensive coordinator for Green Bay.
Right.
And I'm a Packers fan, so I'm like, okay, this could be something.
But Bill O'Brien.
Bill O'Brien replacing him.
Well, okay. I don't know. I don't know how BC people are going to feel about that.
That is going to be interesting to see. Even also, friends of mine are at BC too.
So, what do you think the initial reaction is going to be?
They're probably going to look at what he did with Penn State. Like, okay, maybe he can do that because college-wise, he was good.
Okay, college. Okay,
yeah.
We'll give him
college is completely different to the NFL.
True. Okay, we'll give him college possibly.
Yeah.
There must be a reason that BC hired him because they haven't done very well in the last few years with Halfley.
Yeah, they can't recruit. That's the main thing.
That is the problem.
Yeah. Maybe with a big name coach, they could get more players. That might be why.
That maybe. Okay, so we'll give him that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Nick Saban's gone, so they're not going to be as many.
Yeah, he's going to be on College Game Day now starting next year. That's one of the things I had on here.
Okay,
it's going to be like the last thing. But yeah, he's joining ESPN after retiring.
I don't want to ruin your list of things.
I mean, it's fine. I go out of order sometimes as it is. But I just had it for at some point. But yeah, that's I was going to briefly mention. Well, now it got briefly mentioned.
That's a shocker, man. That's a real shocker.
I'm not surprised because he was on Pat McAfee every Thursday during the college football season. So I think he wanted to see how that was like, and it went well, and now he's going to be on ESPN for College Game Day.
Who, ESPN? Nick Saban?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he'll be good. I mean, Belichick may end up being on, a broadcaster on some station. Why not?
Well, we shall see because he's not coaching this year.
Would that be something if Fox took Brady and then he goes on Amazon Prime or something? I
mean, no. With how their coverage is, protect Al Michaels. Al Michaels. He just left the suffer there.
I love Al Michaels. It's like he was like.
It's like the last two seasons, all the games pretty much on Prime have been god awful.
Yeah, that's true. They have terrible games.
They've had terrible games.
And then they had the nerve. I had to talk about this. I don't know if you do. To put the playoff game on Peacock. On Peacock that nobody can get. And you have
I got it.
Well, you got it. You had to pay for it, and then you could cancel it. But that is the greediest thing that the NFL has ever done. They don't need to do that.
Welcome to NFL capitalism.
Exactly. That's what's happening, and it's going to happen even more so. You're going to end up, if this goes through with this merger that they're talking about with ESPN and Discovery.
Yeah, it's more like a streaming app. And also, we're seeing bits of just NFL media. We have the normal Super Bowl coverage. Then we have the Super Bowl coverage on Nickelodeon that's happening.
You're kidding. Were they going to have kids playing with
I saw the commercial a couple weeks ago. I saw this whole. I actually want to pull this up now because there is actually going to be a Nickelodeon broadcast for the Super Bowl. I kid you not.
Are they going to have animated figures?
I know they did that for some regular season games last year, and I'm like, okay.
Are they going to have animated Kelsey and animated Mahomes?
No, like they have their own commentary team, and it's like their own coverage of the game.
Wow, I guess they're really trying to pick up like 5-year-olds to be interested. Mommy, what's the score of the game?
Imagine you're just watching Nickelodeon and it's like, oh no, here's the Super Bowl. Like, oh.
What happened to Bluey?
Frank's gonna be watching this like, oh, I missed this.
That's it. That's what my granddaughter loves to watch.
It's gonna be.
God. I can't help myself.
That was perfect, actually. There's also Ryan Jensen, who played for Tampa Bay. He retired. He was one of the main offensive linemen when Brady won his Super Bowl in Tampa.
Yep.
In fact, he's their best lineman for a while.
Mm-hmm.
He's missed most of the last 2 seasons with injuries, and it's kind of ironic when he retires. They pretty much have his replacement, who looks exactly like him. It's like you just clone the guy.
On Tampa Bay?
Yes.
Who is he?
Hold on, I gotta pull him up. I gotta pull him up on here.
Okay.
Because he was drafted last year by them. It wasn't Tristan Wirfs. Oh, here he is. Here he is. Look at this man. Cody Mock.
Cody Mock.
Cody Mock.
Was he
North Dakota State legend.
Oh boy, sounds like Cole Strange.
Except he's done more than Cole Strange has.
Okay.
He's actually been solid for Tampa. And he's also a ginger like Ryan Jensen is. So.
Okay.
Well, the thing with gingers, once there's one ginger, there's always going to be another ginger in the wings. Tampa apparently learned that. And.
Well, they're probably hoping he's just as good as Jensen was, that's all.
Oh yeah. Then also there was some other coaching hires too. Cliff Kingsbury is now Washington's offensive coordinator, and Eric Bieniemy, who did a solid job for half a season pretty much there, and then they picked up on his schemes, and Sam Howell turned into a cookie pretty much the whole second half of the year. Pretty much got told as soon as Dan Quinn got hired, Rivera got fired.
I know. Dan Quinn went to
Washington.
Washington.
He went to Washington.
Right.
That
people were
that
saying.
Bieniemy got fired.
Right. People thought that maybe Belichick would end up in Washington.
No, I wasn't believing that 1 second. I thought they were going to get – it was McDonald, but then he went to Seattle. Ben Johnson, then he just decided, nah, I'm staying with Detroit.
Yeah.
I didn't even have Belichick on my radar for that, but I had Dan Quinn there because Washington always likes to do things that are stupid.
No kidding. Do you think are you surprised that Belichick didn't get a job?
I'm a little surprised with it, but then I saw apparently he was demanding too much. I'm like, I'm not really surprised in that case.
Nope. Nobody's going to give him the GM and coaching job anymore.
Yeah, especially with how bad he's whiffed on his draft picks.
Exactly.
Especially the last couple of years. The last maybe 4 or so years, his best picks probably been Kyle Duggar. That might be it. And also Gonzalez was solid.
Gonzalez might have been really good.
The fact Gonzalez fell. Because I had him, when I was doing my mock draft last year, I had him going 8th to the Falcons. I'm surprised he fell to, I think it was like 14, 15. I'm surprised he fell.
Yeah, but I think it was he injured or something? Or,
he wasn't
reason
injured.
for that? Or he didn't play?
He wasn't injured. He just fell.
He hadn't played maybe. Did he come out his junior year?
I don't think that was what it was because he actually played really good. He was supposed to be. There was some mock drafts he was going top 5, and they got him at 15, and it looked like a good pick, and then he tore his labrum.
Yeah, that was terrible. Was it the first game?
No, that was the Dallas game.
Of Dallas.
That was like game
4.
4.
Yeah.
Because then they had the atrocity of a game at home against New Orleans the next week.
Right. Yeah.
Which I was there for.
Oh God, I watched it.
I was like,
what a debacle!
Stop the pain.
That was a downhill from there.
Yeah, that was downhill. The Chargers got their new offensive coordinator, and it was Greg Roman, who had one good year when he was the offensive coordinator in Baltimore. That was because Lamar Jackson won his first MVP that year. That was 2019. And then he was just mid. And then he got fired because Baltimore, I think it was 2021. They were 8-3, then they collapsed. And then same thing happened, I think it was last year. Because Lamar got injured, everything went off the rails. Then when they lost to Cincinnati, he got fired.
So do you think, are we going to talk about the Patriots at all? What do you think about the hiring of Alex Van Pelt?
I mean, he did well in Cleveland with the revolving door of QBs that they had. Because they had, first, they had, as people call him, the massage parlor expert, Deshaun Watson.
That's a good one.
And then it was Dorian Thompson-Robinson for a game against Baltimore, and he was terrible. The only thing he contributed was for me and me having the Ravens defense in my main league. Nice job throwing 3 interceptions.
And then he had Baker Mayfield, right?
No, he's been in Tampa.
No, was he in Cleveland at all?
Not this year. It was 2 years ago.
Yeah, okay.
This is all this year.
Okay.
Then they had P.J. Walker. And then they signed Joe Flacco.
Yeah, Joe Flacco.
Came off the couch, and next thing you know, he's back in his 2008 form.
That's amazing.
I'm like, huh?
I know. Until he turned into a puppy in the playoff game, though, and threw interceptions.
Oh, no, that's just vintage Joe Flacco.
Yeah.
I knew he was going to hit everyone at some point, and then when the 2 pick six happens, I'm like, there he is.
They're like almost back-to-back, too, if I remember correctly, right? Something.
Yeah, it was, I think, back-to-back.
Yeah. Terrible.
So
that's one thing that, well, I don't want to go back to the Super Bowl, but that's one thing that neither one of these quarterbacks can afford to do, especially Purdy.
Yeah,
especially
exactly.
Purdy.
Yeah, then also Dallas before the NFL honors last night. They hired their defensive coordinator because Quinn left, and they decided, you know what? Let's get Mike Zimmer, who has not been on an NFL staff in 2 years.
Yeah, I saw that.
Because he was with Minnesota for a while. Then he got fired after 2021. He got fired. He's just been not on an NFL team since. And now he's back on an NFL team. And, of course, in the year that it looks like Mike McCarthy might be getting fired.
Yeah, but he's not.
Next year he might.
Yeah, next year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, next season. Because he's not getting an extension on his contract. At least that we know of.
But okay, so you're also surprised that Mike Vrabel didn't get hired for a job?
Apparently there were reports of just hitting his stature pretty much being the reason why. Because he's a big dude.
And
yeah, that's why he didn't get hired.
And overweight? Does that make sense?
No, it just many people were afraid of him, apparently.
Look at Andy Reid. I mean, size and all that has nothing to do with it. And Andy Reid is a great coach, so I don't want to say anything
I was going to say,
about
Andy Reid's also a great coach, too.
He is a great coach. He's proved it.
Yeah. And then there was one other thing, too, because I mentioned free agency is like a month away. There's already some free agency rumors happening, and some of them, it's like, don't really see. There's one I could maybe see, and that's with T. Higgins, who, since getting drafted in 2020, has been on the Bengals. I feel like he's been getting linked to the Tennessee Titans, which that I can see because the Bengals offensive coordinator, Bryce Callahan, he became the head coach in Tennessee. He's familiar with Callahan's system. So that what I could see possibly happening. And then that way you also have someone for Will Levis to throw the ball to. That makes sense.
What about the Patriots? T. Higgins was also talked about going to the Patriots.
That was during the season, though.
Yeah.
And then also I saw apparently Carolina tried to get.
But maybe they'll pay somebody now that Belichick is gone. Maybe they'll open up.
They don't even have a GM. They're not getting a GM until after the draft.
People keep saying that Elliott Wolf is now their GM. I've been reading about it. He's making the decisions. You don't think so?
He might be the main guy making the decisions. But
so you think they're still going to get a GM?
I think they're getting a GM, or at least naming a permanent GM after the draft. That's what I probably would say.
So you don't think he's going to be involved in drafting?
Oh, he probably will. Just you hand the reins to someone after the draft.
Okay.
All right. Then also last night we had the NFL honors ceremony. So we found out.
Boy.
Well, Lamar won MVP. That one I'm not really surprised about. Christian McCaffrey won Offensive Player of the Year because the MVP is a QB award. So that way you just give the award to the best offensive player that isn't a QB.
Yeah.
Thanks, NFL, for that.
Really?
The Texans swept both Rookie of the Year awards. C.J. Stroud won Offensive Rookie of the Year, and Will Anderson Jr. won Defensive Rookie of the Year. Both of them well-deserved.
Yeah.
Kevin Stefanski won Coach of the Year. Joe Flacco won Comeback Player of the Year. And then
he did?
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't see that part.
And then Cam Hayward won the Walter Payton Man of the Year award. Overall, when it came to the award winners, they're good. Good. I can't complain about anyone that won the award, especially Coach of the Year. You can make a case for a lot of people, but
I mean, Lamar, I suppose, deserved it for the regular season, but it could just as easily have gone to Christian McCaffrey because there have been. I think I was reading about it. There was one running back that did Marcus Allen?
Wait, that won the MVP? No, that was Adrian Peterson.
Adrian Peterson, right? He won.
Yeah. Oh, great. Now that we mentioned his name, hide your kids.
Who? Hide your kids?
The viewer. Because we know what AP's done with
oh, yeah, it's true. Yeah.
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 It looks when we look at me like, what are you talking about?
But wait a minute. He did get into the Hall of Fame, though, didn't he? Peterson?
No, he hasn't yet.
Oh, he hasn't? Okay. He's not going to. No.
We did get the class this year, though. It was Dwight Freeney, Adrian Johnson, Devin Hester, Julius Peppers, Steve McMichael. There's one I'm forgetting. I saw there's a thing.
Well, there's one that didn't make it that probably should, but it probably will never make it now. It's Rodney Harrison. He was on it. He was,
he was on it.
He was a nominee.
I was going to say Antonio Gates. I'm surprised he didn't get it.
No, he didn't get it. No. Dwight Freeney.
Dwight Freeney got in, yeah.
I was listening to it on the way. I was listening to the radio on the way in, and I heard that. Yeah.
Because Freeney in his prime with the Colts.
He was
awesome. That was,
Awesome.
When I saw that, I'm like, yes.
Yeah,
and then Adrian Johnson, this was my childhood, just like 09, 2010. He was up there for one of, if not the best receivers in the NFL. He just happened to be stuck in Houston.
I know. I don't think he ever made. Did he ever win a playoff game when he was in the Houston?
I think he did, yeah. He won, I think, 1 or 2.
Yeah.
It wasn't much, though.
Yeah, he was a great receiver. Yeah, he was.
Yeah, and also I remember him for, it was one game, and it was during the 2010 season, that he got into a fight with Cortland Finnegan. I remember that.
With who?
With Cortland Finnegan. He was on the Titans. He was basically, for the Titans, he was their version of, put it into basically another sort, Patrick Beverly. Just there to be a menace for absolutely no reason.
No, okay. Just giving him a hard time.
Yeah, that's legit all Finnegan did. Just gave people a hard time. And it was a joy to watch. And now that we got everything football-wise out of the way,
okay.
NBA, we had the trade deadline yesterday.
Yes, we did.
And also the Celtics made a move the day before. They got Xavier Tillman from Memphis, giving up a roster player and 2 second-round picks. I do like the trade because that's more of a role player on the bench.
And he's a defensive player.
Yeah.
Supposedly.
Yeah, he's a defensive player too, which that certainly helps the Celtics. And I had friends of mine who saw this trade. They're like, who? I'm like, all right, you don't watch any Memphis games because they're bad. That's
he
why.
wasn't really like a name player or anything, but I guess I was hoping to get somebody who was more like a banger, somebody who would go to the boards, or somebody who's like a Beverly type. Because I was talking to my son even.
Yeah, he got traded to Milwaukee.
I know. We would have that's the kind of guy we could have used because I think they need, as Marcus Smart's not there, obviously, but.
Yeah, and he's been doing great in Memphis.
No, he was a great defender. Couldn't shoot threes at all when you needed it.
Yeah.
But they need some kind of like a guy like a traffic cop. Somebody's going to stop people.
Yeah, that'll stop them.
They don't have that.
Yeah. Then there were also some names that were thrown out on the trade market that didn't get traded. DeJounte Murray of the Atlanta Hawks, his name got linked. Primarily it was with the Lakers and the New Orleans Pelicans. He's still in Atlanta. Miles Bridges, he's on the Charlotte Hornets. His name is being linked to trades, but he has a no-trade clause in his contract, and he just refused any trades. He has 1 year left of his contract. He's going to be a UFA after this season.
He didn't want to go to a better team. Huh?
No. And then Philly made a couple moves. They brought in Buddy Hield. Got him from Atlanta. They had traded. It was Marcus Morris, who just got the key to Philadelphia a month ago, and then he got traded. Furkan Korkmaz, and I think it was 2 second-round picks for Buddy Hield. Then Morris, I saw he got traded to San Antonio. Korkmaz got waived by Indiana.
And then they got Rozier, went to Miami.
That was...
For Kyle Lowry.
That was a couple weeks ago that happened.
I know, but still, that was like an interesting...
Yeah, and apparently Lowry might be getting bought out soon.
Yeah, he might be at the end of his career.
Yeah, because he's up there in age, so...
But he was a killer against the Celtics.
Yeah, there was also another trade that happened. It was with Brooklyn and Toronto that it just makes no sense. So Dennis Schroeder, who he got a big contract in the offseason, was starting for a bit, then he got moved to the bench. Got traded from Toronto to Brooklyn and Thaddeus Young was in that trade too, for Spencer Dinwiddie. I saw that trade, I'm like, what?
Yeah, I know,
it just
really.
makes no sense. It feels like a move for the sake of making a move.
I guess Spencer Dinwiddie wasn't doing very much for Brooklyn.
Yeah, and Toronto waived him.
Does that make any sense? I know.
It makes no sense. I mean, unless
the guy's a decent player.
I mean, unless I think they're trying to make cap room for the offseason because Toronto, They're like, I think, 12th in the East right now.
Okay.
It just doesn't make much sense.
No. But you know something? You're looking at these trades. It's like, I'm looking at like the Knicks, Bogdanovich.
Yeah,
and
Bogdanovich
Burks.
and Burks. That's a big move. And they didn't even have to trade a first-round pick.
No. Because and the thing is, Randall is hurt.
Yeah, Randall's hurt right now. They're expected to get Mitchell Robinson back, too.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm looking at some of this, and it looks like they're trying to get guys that can hit threes.
Yeah, which Bogdanovich is.
Well, he's out.
He's
yeah,
good
he can do it, and Hyde can do it for the Sixers because Embiid is out for a while.
Healed. Yeah,
But, I
Buddy
mean,
healed.
Everybody's trying to get three-point shooting,
Yeah.
but in the
Yeah,
playoffs,
3
it's
players,
not, it's the playoffs. It's not going to come down to that, I don't think. I mean, that's going to be part of it.
That's going to be part of it. Then also mentioned Patrick Beverley going to the Milwaukee Bucks.
That's
In
a
fact,
good move.
It's kind of funny because the person who reported the Patrick Beverley trade was Patrick Beverley.
Oh.
He was filming a podcast and he found out he got traded.
And where was he before? He was
in Philadelphia.
No. But what team was he on before?
Oh, he's been around multiple
Beverly
teams. He was on the Rockets, Clippers, Timberwolves.
No, what was it? But most recently.
Philly. He was on Philly most recently. He got traded from Philly to Milwaukee.
Oh, that's right. He got traded from. That's right. You're right. He was on Philly just for this season already.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I mean.
Yeah. Then also you mentioned Joel Embiid's injury. He's expected to be out multiple weeks.
Yeah. Well, these guys are going to be out now, so the Celtics have a chance to solidify their East winning. And
they're already 4.5 games ahead of Cleveland. So.
Yeah, I mean they should win it going away, but the scary thing is that Embiid's going to be back for the playoffs.
Yeah,
Randall's going to be back. They have more time, to get ready. It might be good, might be positive, might be negative.
Yeah, and then Dallas, they made 2 trades I really like. They got Daniel Gafford from Washington. All they had to do was trade Rashawn Holmes. They got out of that contract, which is nice because Holmes is. Yeah, but he was also making like $13 million, and he has a player option for next year.
I have no idea who that guy is.
Yeah, and then the second one, they got P.J. Washington from Charlotte. They ended up trading as a moderately protected first-round pick, Seth Curry, and Grant Williams.
Oh wait, so they traded Williams?
They traded Williams,
and they traded Seth. Where did they end up going
to Charlotte. Gordon Hayward also got traded yesterday, too, to the Thunder.
Yeah, I saw that. That's a good move, except that, he's been hurt as usual.
Yeah, he's been hurt since December.
Yeah, but they're a tough team. That kid, that Shea Alexander, boy.
Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
He's for real.
The fact that the Clippers traded him for Paul George. He was one of the 2 players in the Paul George trade many years back, which is crazy to think about that now 2019 was many years back.
But he really developed into a great player.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, also apparently Grant Williams, he wasn't really meshing in Dallas, not only with Jason Kidd's scheme. Also, apparently the locker room, there was issues with him. So now locker room chemistry's up, and he got sent to Charlotte.
I almost heard a rumor that they might be taking him back in Boston.
On that contract? No. He's getting paid like $14 million a year, and it was a 4-year contract.
Oh, that's true. But somehow they left. When he left, they had a $6.2 million.
Yeah, because it was a sign and trade. That might have been why it was a trade exception. That might be what you're looking for.
Yeah, so they still have that money. They still have an open roster spot, so I don't understand.
Yeah, buyout market. They got Spencer Dinwiddie. Furkan Korkmaz is going to be there. Corey Joseph. There's some solid guys that are going to be available on the free agency market now.
Hopefully they pick up somebody that really is a help.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind them picking up Dinwiddie.
The guy that would be solid. Yeah,
he can shoot. He's a good player.
Yep. And then also, I didn't have this on my paper, but one thing I just got to mention. What are the Chicago Bulls doing? So you have Andre Drummond, who's having a really good bounce back year. He's on a minimum contract. You have a chance to get assets for him, and you just decide, just not going to do anything. You do nothing with him. You do nothing with DeMar DeRozan. Apparently, they value Alex Caruso as an untouchable player, but yeah, right now,
what's their record though?
They're 25 and 29. Well, 27.
Oh.
And they're
not very good.
They're not very good, and yet they value Alex Caruso as this untouchable asset, which makes absolutely no sense to me when you're not even averaging 10 points a game. He's averaging 9.8 points a game, just about 4 rebounds and 3 assists. Valuing him as an untouchable player, like he's good. He's not good. He's not in the top 100 for anything. In field goal percentage, he's at just under 48%. Just doesn't make much sense to me. Because also guard-wise, I get you have Lonzo Ball, who's been injured. You had Zach LaVine, who you lost for the year because of injury. You were looking to possibly trade him. One of your trade chips now gone. The fact that you're doing this and that Kobe White's basically just being left there, and Andre Drummond is just being left there to suffer when Kobe White's averaging near 19.5 points a game, it's frustrating. And I'm not even a Bulls fan. I've been a Kobe White fan since he was in college. So I like seeing him ball, but he's just stuck on a team that does nothing for him.
Oh, he played in North Carolina. Is he a guard?
Yeah, he's a guard. He's a point guard.
Yeah. North Carolina really produces some great players.
They do. All right.
So where are we going now?
Now we're going to hockey. So
hockey.
Yeah. So first thing is the Calgary Flames, New Jersey Devils, Flyers, and I think it was just those teams. But those teams got granted salary relief because it was Dylan Dubé, Mike McLeod, Cal Foote, and Carter Hart. They're currently being involved in a investigation with the London, Ontario Police Department when it comes to something going back to the 2018. It was World Juniors for Team Canada.
Really?
That's been going on for a while. There was also Alex Formenton. He was in it too, except he was in the NHL for a bit. He's been playing over in Sweden the last 2 years. He actually turned himself into police.
What was it about? Was some kind of financial scheme or something?
No. Oh. A certain 4-letter word that starts with R, ends with E, I cannot say on the air. But you can fill in the other 2 letters.
Wow.
But yeah, there's that.
That's terrible.
Yeah. And
when they were in college, or were they on a?
They were at that point. All of them had been. I think all of them had been drafted by that point. Because they were still young. This was 2018.
I've been freshmen.
Team Canada. Yeah.
Oh, World Juniors.
World Juniors.
So they're probably like teenagers.
Yeah.
Oh, brother.
Yeah.
Not good.
Yeah, that was not good. Standings, we'll check that in a second. There was some Bruins things, however. Their rookie, Matthew Poitras, is out for the year.
Yeah, he got hurt.
Shoulder.
Shoulder, yeah. But he wasn't playing very much.
Yeah, he was playing somewhat decent amount earlier in the season. Then, as the Bruins were doing well, they're like, nope, you could go to Canada for the World Juniors. And then came back, just really never found that form again, and then he got injured.
Yeah.
Yep.
But the Bruins, like Swayman was in goal the other day. Well, my friend, we said that the layoff from the All-Star game, affected the Bruins against Calgary. But Swayman didn't have a good game, and then
they had a really good game last night. It was last night it was like 4-0.
Yeah, 4-0. 2 shorthanded goals, too.
Yeah, but also with Vancouver, they're still trying. There's some new lines for that because they made the trade last week for Elias Lindholm. So they're still trying to find that line chemistry.
I didn't realize they're also number 1 in their division, too.
Yeah, they are. Vancouver's having a really good year. At this point last year, they were a whole mess. So it's kind of nice to see them bounce back in the right direction instead of just being a clown show. So that was a good surprise. Chicago's getting the Winter Classic next year. It's going to happen in Wrigley.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I saw it's them against St. Louis. I think that's going to be the Winter Classic.
Do they have it this? They haven't had. They had it this year yet?
They had it this year. It was Vegas and Seattle.
Oh, when are they going to have it here in Boston again? They don't know.
They just had it last year.
They did have it last year.
Yeah, in 2023 they had it. It's probably going to be another couple years at minimum, because they barely do repeating stadiums within a certain period of time.
So who do you think right now is a stronger team? This is a frank question, no doubt. The Bruins or the Celtics, where we stand right now, almost at the All-Star break?
Well, the Bruins are just coming off the All-Star break, and the Celtics, they're about to hit it next week.
Right.
Right now, that's tough, because the Bruins, a lot of their off-season moves, mainly Van Riemsdyk, signed to that 1 year, $1 million. He's returned the form, and that's been huge for them, because remember, the team from last year, they lost a lot of pieces. They lost Orlov, they lost Bertuzzi, among other pieces.
And they didn't have Bergeron anymore.
Yeah, and they lost Bergeron and Krejci.
And Krejci, yeah. Yeah, but Pasternak is doing great. And
Yeah, Pasta's doing...
amazing, and so is Marchand now. He's scoring like crazy all of a sudden.
Yeah, he is, which is good for the Bruins.
And I guess their defense is stronger.
Yeah. Edmonton's winning streak also ended. They were at, I think it was 16 in a row. They were one away from taking the NHL record.
Yeah, I saw. Who they lose to? I saw
Vegas.
Oh, Vegas.
They lost to Vegas.
So where do you think that who's stronger right now? Who has a stronger chance right now to make it to the finals? The Bruins or the Celtics?
I think
right now
they have strong teams. I don't think either one makes the finals.
You don't think either one?
I don't think either one makes the finals.
Really?
Yes.
Why don't you think the Celtics don't make the finals? If we're talking right now.
Right now, I mean, I say this: NHL. It's hard to predict how the playoffs go, because we saw what happened last year. The Bruins were the 1 seed; they lost to an 8 seed.
Yeah, the NHL is much more unpredictable.
And especially with where the Bruins are right now, they're actually in contention for the President's Trophy. And
once again,
yeah, they're tied for the lead for the President's Trophy. You know when the last time a team has won the President's Trophy and Stanley Cup was?
No.
It was Chicago in 2012-13, but that was a lockout shortened season. The last time in a full 82-game season that a team has won the President's Trophy and
had to be
Stanley
the Oilers.
Cup was
Edmonton.
the Red Wings in 2007-2008.
Oh.
That was the last time. So it's been over 15 years since in a full 82-season regular season, if that makes enough sense, that a NHL team has won both the President's Trophy and the Stanley Cup.
So, but on the Celtic side, you don't think that they're
Celtics side, I mean, they will probably make it to the Eastern Conference Finals, but there's too many teams in the East that it's like they're good right now. Especially the Knicks, they're going to be scary now because there's not really a weakness in that lineup.
No, not right now. I mean, now they have a, but this. See, like we were talking about this too. The only thing that the Celtics have a very strong team. They have a lot of depth, but Pritchard is kind of small.
Yeah, he's more of a smaller guard, but
that's the thing.
But yeah, you make do with it. And now we're getting. Oh wait, no, there's one more thing hockey-wise. So the Arizona Coyotes. There's been reports for a while that they might possibly be moving, and now the owner of the Utah Jazz, he's looking into possibly buying the Arizona Coyotes and moving them to Salt Lake City. Any thoughts on that?
They're going to sell move the Arizona Coyotes to Salt Lake City.
That is a possibility.
And I don't know. I mean, is that a bigger hockey area than? Well, it probably is.
The Arizona market for the NHL for the last 15 years.
Probably a very
dead. It's been dead.
Yeah.
In fact, their whole existence has been dead.
Yeah, I could see. Well, Salt Lake. I mean, the Jazz get a lot of.
Yeah.
The Jazz is very popular there. I could see them going to Salt Lake.
Possible.
I could suppose seeing them going there.
Yeah. So that's something I could maybe see possibly. And now we're getting down your alley. We're getting to baseball.
Baseball?
Baseball.
Okay.
So Tampa Bay extended their GM and also manager Kevin Cash to multi-year contracts. And they also signed a reliever in Phil Maton from...
Who's their GM at Tampa Bay now?
Niinander.
Who?
Niinander.
So they extended him.
Well, their GM. But Kevin Cash he's been the manager there for a while. He was the manager in 2020 when he made that awful decision.
He's been great.
The only thing is I don't understand to this day why he took out Blake Snell in that World Series game.
He took out who?
Blake Snell.
Oh, yes.
Against the Dodgers. I mean, the Dodgers won a World Series because of it, and I'll take it, but I still don't get why.
I don't know either. That was just a hunch, I guess. But
yeah.
But, the thing is, for them, they may not have Franco back.
Yeah. That's a whole mess, too.
That is a huge mess, and I have a feeling he's not going to be starting the season. He may not even
not ever again.
Back. He may not ever. That's right. He may never play again.
I won't be surprised if that's the last we see of Water Franco.
Yeah, that's a big gap for them. Big gap. So good for Tampa Bay, but I mean the Red Sox. Oh God, please.
Oh.
I don't even want. I would just put a paper bag over my head. They're nothing.
And they're getting a Netflix documentary.
I know. It's going to be the most boring thing ever. I mean, they let Justin Turner go. They're supposedly talking about letting.
And Jansen might be getting traded.
Yeah, Jansen might be going.
Dodgers, bring him home.
Yeah, I know. Really,
bring him home.
No kidding. Their closer, like I heard on one of the shows. Oh, so now they're getting rid of their closer? I mean,
yes.
What's he doing? Craig Breslow. I mean, you could go in and run the team better than he is right now. Anybody, I could.
Yeah.
Do something. I mean, he's not doing anything. And the Red Sox.
Also,
they're the most.
While I remember team. There was a retirement today of a very well-known Red Sox legend, a 3-time All-Star and a 2-time Cy Young Award winner, Corey Kluber.
He retired?
He retired today.
Yeah, he was not very good last year. He had his moments, though.
I thought I was gonna get more of a reaction from you because he was terrible on the Sox.
No, he was terrible. They got him too late in his career.
Yeah, he was cooked.
He was
good for Cleveland.
Yeah, and they let Jim Paxton go too. But I mean, he didn't do
Dodgers.
very much. Huh?
Dodgers,
right?
Yes.
Everybody goes to the Dodgers, but I mean, the Red Sox. It's embarrassing. It's a total embarrassment that you have a major league franchise that has won World Series and now you don't even give a crap about them. But it's okay to keep raising the prices, people. Keep going to the games. The best thing that could happen is that people don't show up to games, and they let the management and the front office know. They haven't done anything. Like, where's the excitement? Rafael Devers is going to be in there.
They're about
with nobody around. Nobody around. And Casas was a good choice. He's doing well.
Also, this is the sad part too with the Red Sox.
If Frank was
World Series win in 2018. He's the only person left from that team.
Which one?
The 2018 World Series.
Who is? Oh, Devers.
Yes, he's the only person left.
I just I just don't understand it. I mean,
yeah, you gotta love winning the World Series in the last 5 seasons, making the playoffs one time.
Yeah, I mean, what are they? It's almost like I have to compare it almost to Belichick. He's like sitting on his laurels because he won 6 trophies in a row. But then the last 4 years, there was sucky. Nothing happening. No plan, nothing. And now the Red Sox win the World Series and all the good things, all good tidings, and it's going to last forever. No, the last 5 years have been shitty.
Yes.
Did I say that?
Well,
I guess I did.
You did.
It's a podcast.
Well, Luke, have fun with that one.
Yeah, I guess so. I couldn't. I don't know. I just had it. I came out.
You might be getting censored.
Okay, we can bleep that if you want.
Yeah, you might be.
Good.
All right. Also, spring training starts in a couple weeks. There's still a lot of big names that are free agents.
Are there?
Cody Bellinger's still a free agent.
Okay.
Blake Snell's still a free agent.
Oh, yeah, the Red Sox were talking about getting him.
Yeah. J.D. Martinez is still a free agent. Those are some of the main guys. And they're all Scott Boras clients.
Oh, forget that. No, forget that. No team's going to go for those guys.
Yep.
Not for the kind of money that he wants for them.
Yeah.
It's crazy money.
Yeah, basically just killing free agency because this is the same thing from 20.
That's why they're free agents still, because people don't want to pay.
It's basically before 2018. They had all these guys that are still free agents.
That's why they're free agents. Nobody wants to pay them that kind of money.
Yeah. So watch. They're gonna get signed before the season, though.
I mean, if the Red Sox,
You expect the Red Sox to spend money when NASCAR's starting? No, they're focusing on RFK racing.
Yeah, they are. They are. And
the Penguins.
But, the only people were saying, well, you listen to one of the shows, Rob Bradford, who's like an apologist for the Red Sox. He's saying, oh, well, they brought in Theo Epstein. He's definitely going to have an impact on what the Red Sox are going to do. Yeah, really?
No.
I don't think so.
No. Absolutely not.
What a joke.
Yeah.
It's a joke.
And then only other thing baseball-wise, Bobby Witt Jr. signed an 11-year extension. So now I'm giving it at least 5 years before the Royals trade him because they would be wasting his career.
11 years is insane. I mean, look what they did to Xander Bogaerts. They gave him, what 10 years or something?
But Witt's young, though. He's like 23, 24.
That's true.
He's young.
I wish they'd get Bogaerts back to the Red Sox.
No, he was terrible on the Padres last year. The Padres themselves were a mess.
They are.
So it was good that probably he left.
But something doesn't work at that clubhouse.
If anything, they were regretting losing Evaldi.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. He was lights out. I mean,
especially in the playoffs, just like he was in 2018 against
he's like
Dodgers.
He's oh my God, he's incredible in the play. It's like Kurt Schilling in the playoffs. I don't like to mention Kurt Schilling's name.
Yeah, especially nowadays.
But
back then, yes. But now, no.
No, but as a performer in the playoffs, Nerves of Steel, Evaldi was incredible.
Yep. And then just getting into racing, I'm just going to speed run through that. So NASCAR had the Clash on Saturday. It's supposed to be Sunday, but because it's supposed to rain on Sunday, they're like, you know what? We'll move it a day before, in which Denny Hamlin won. I watched probably about 10 laps of it. The race itself was meh. F1, we had Silverstone announced that they're going to be on the schedule until 2034. Suzuka is going to be on the schedule until 2029. Alex Albon pretty much got told, yeah, you're staying at Williams. So there's that. Also, we do have some F1 car releases, and there's one of them I have just like a million jokes for. I got to pull this up. I got to pull the car up because the car itself is something.
This is F1 racing?
This is F1, yes. This is the Stake F1 team car.
Wow. That looks very futuristic.
It looks like one of those cars, just like one of those automated templates in the Formula One video games.
Yeah, it looks like a video.
I saw this car. I'm like, oh, the amount of jokes that I've just got ready for it. I saw, oh, it's the Monster Energy Formula One team. I saw even the Ben 10 from the old cartoon. I'm like, oh my God. The car itself, I'm like, why? I don't get the car at times. It's just something. NBC might or might not be, when they do have their NASCAR coverage this year, they're most likely going to be without Dale Jr. now. His contract expired, and as of now, no word on if he's going to be on NBC. Which is a perfect segue to NBC Racing Series, IndyCar, which the season starts in not even a month, and there's still, I think, like 5 or 6 open seats. How are you supposed to be a competitive series then we're not even a month into the season? Because St. Petersburg is the end of February. How in the world are you... how do you not have any seats filled? Well, not any seats filled, but hold on. Gotta do... There's one team. Hold on, where is it? Yeah, I gotta try to find it. But there's one team that does not have any entries, which is crazy to think about.
Is this the Indy 500 you're talking?
This is a series that does the Indy 500. But it's mainly Dale Coyne Racing. They've been doing a 2-car team for the past couple of years. We are in February. The first race of the season. Oh, it's March 10th. So yeah, we're about a month away. And they have not announced a single driver. There's a ton of options available. The fact that they've not announced at least one driver for one of their entries. I don't know if they're just folding because the last couple seasons have not been good and your only good driver just decided to leave. But it's something. It indeed is something. Yeah, it's not even showing Dale Corey Racing because they don't have any confirmed entries. When it's crazy that we're about to be, well, we are in February. Almost a month to the day for the start of their season, and they have not announced a single driver for their team.
Wow.
Yeah, that's IndyCar. Nice.
That's crazy.
Well, good thing is when we're talking racing next week, it'll have the Daytona 500. So that'll be a plus.
When is that, the Daytona 500?
That's NASCAR.
Oh, okay.
I know Frank knows some racing, so he knows that.
Yeah, well, I know, but when is the Daytona?
Oh, not this Sunday, but next Sunday.
Oh, it's next Sunday.
They normally do it. It's the Sunday after the Super Bowl.
Okay. Yeah, I know about that.
Yeah.
I know about the main races, the big races.
Yeah, so.
I don't watch it too much because, I mean, the Indy 500 goes on forever.
Yeah, the Indy 500 is a whole month.
It's
legit a whole month. Just race preps an entire month. Because they have like 12 practice sessions for it.
All right, so I have a question. So
Yeah.
before we leave, we're going to wrap up soon.
Yes.
What's your prediction for the Super Bowl score?
Oh, score. All I know is winner.
Yeah, I know you know the winner. I might go the other way.
Oh, you're going to go the other way.
I am, just for the heck of it.
I'm going to say.
'Cause I want San Francisco.
I'm going to say Kansas City wins. It's going to be 20. You know what? I'm going to say. I'm going to say 31-18, and Travis Kelce scores a touchdown.
Wow. I'm going to say that the 49ers win 31-27.
31-27.
31-27.
Okay. Last minute touchdown.
I was going to make it a field goal game, but I don't know if I can.
I mean,
handle.
you could have.
All right, maybe I'll change it.
Yeah, maybe the 31-28.
Okay, I'll go 31-28.
Jake Moody, Michigan legend, game winner.
Makes the game winner.
All right. Anyway, that's all
it.
for this week. This is TJ signing off. Mike, thank you for coming on, and we will see you all next week.
Time.
Peace.
Peace out.